OTAs and minicamps are in the books.
We're going to talk what makes the wide receiver special in his offense.
I guess we're talking nicknames, Fred?
We're going to talk the new era of Washington football.
It all starts right now. Commanders training camp is open again. Yeah, it starts July 27th. It's 12 days with free entry to any and all fans. And you know that has Fred fired up. We getting into that already today?
Oh, it's time for Fred's Fired Up, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the Washington Commanders. Welcome to Fred's Fired Up, and yes, I am fired up. I'm fired up about a whole new era. I'm fired up about everything new. I'm fired up about Eric Bieniemy, Coach Bieniemy. That's new. I'm fired up about the new quarterback, Sam Howell. That's new. And I'm so fired up about that new cornerback we got. So at the end of the day, fans out there, strap on your seatbelt and enjoy this new era and enjoy this new ride.
That's how you start a show right there. Welcome to Command Center. Michael Jenkins, Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, Logan Paulson. And what have you guys gathered from watching OTAs and minicamps as much as you can?
So for me, it's Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas looks like he's back to good form, and I'm excited for him and the relationship he's developed with Sam Howell. So really want to hope to see that continue through training camp and into the season.
For me, it's Coach Bieniemy. The way they run their drills, the way they do one-on-ones, the way they do two-on-twos, the things that they do. He's changed the whole practice, the speed they practice with, the technique they practice with. I think we're in for a great season on our offense.
I think the competition level is high. You see guys ones-on-one. You see the young guys getting in there going against the ones. I mean, when you say across the board now, we can really say the competition is going to be fierce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we got to get to the team's newest signee. And by that, I mean...
GOLDIE!
Look at that.
Yes! That's a good dog. Oh, look at that good dog. He actually matches the jersey. That's a great selection right there.
That's a perfect fit. The Yellow Lab, part of the Canines for Warriors program. After her training, she will be placed with a deserving veteran, and you know she's going to be a popular pup this season. You ever want to bring everyone together, you just show a dog.
So
That's all you have to
exactly
do.
right.
Yes, you're totally right.
Are you guys dog people? Anyone have a pet?
Yes, I have American Bulldog because I'm a Mississippi State Bulldog.
Of course.
Her name is Cookie, and the reason I named her Cookie because she has brown and white skin, so she looks like a chocolate chip cookie. So that's why I call her Cookie.
Dogs are cool until you got to take care of them. So
Yes, Santana's a dog person.
I got a dog, a little rescue. Nothing, not as cool as Cookie, but yeah, she's a good dog.
All right, well, this is for Cookie. Time now for your mission debrief, presented by FedEx, where now meets next. So, minicamp is over now, but what are some of the plays, some of the moments that stand out when you look at the tape here?
I mean, I think one of the things that sticks out to me is EB using the screen game, right? Getting B-Rob, getting Gibson involved in the screen game. I think that's going to be a huge feature of this offense.
I like to see the defense playing fast. They're not second guessing. They've been in this defense for 3+ years. They understand what Coach Rio wants, and they actually going out there and they're executing.
I just like seeing our new quarterback, the guy who's going to be leading the ship, just getting the ball out of his hands into those guys who are going to make all the plays for him, man.
You mentioned the playmakers. You got Logan Thomas, you got Terry McLaurin.
Yes.
And Logan Thomas has been absolutely balling this OTA period, so I just can't wait to see what he looks like on a healthy knee. Yeah,
he got something to prove.
Of course, you're not using any bias with your Logan prediction right there. But I love seeing the defense move around, make some plays. And the good thing about Sam Howell, I want him to make those mistakes now. Like this is when you say, can I thread this ball and then can I get it through here? Can I throw against this coverage? So seeing him progress from the first play to now, I thought I seen a lot from him.
New quarterback in Sam Howell, new offensive coordinator in EB, you mentioned him. He sat down to talk about his first camp with the team. Julie.
You know what, I think our guys have made tremendous strides. First of all, they've done a great job of embracing the process. And it's been tough on them because they're being presented a different challenge. On top of that, we're trying to build a culture of responsibility and accountability. These guys are doing things that they really have never been demanded from them. And I want them to have a complete understanding that, hey, if we work at it and we take away the selfishness, not that everybody's selfish, it's an unintentional habit sometimes, but if we take away that selfishness, we can gain a lot together. And so we're learning about that. We're playing faster, okay? I can see the improvement. Now, are we where we need to be? No, we still got a long ways to go. And obviously we still got training camp, and there's a lot more to embrace and a lot more to accomplish. But right now, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm fired up about these guys.
So here's what we're gonna do. OTAs camps are over.
Yeah.
And I want each of your biggest storyline coming out of the past few weeks, and then the rest of us are gonna cast judgment.
Okay.
First downs, all right, pretty good.
Yeah.
Field goal, much better. Touchdown, that's where it's at.
All right.
That's a good storyline.
Okay.
So who wants to start here?
I'll start.
Of course you want to
I'll
start.
jump out there and jump in the road. All right, I'm going to say it now, and I do believe this with my whole heart. We have the best defensive line in the entire NFL. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say 55 or more sacks this year for that defensive line. Don't forget about Big Ridgeway, because they don't like to put him with the starters, but he a monster. Don't forget, we got a guy that got hurt last year with Ferguson that didn't never get to play. He will be back. And don't forget about my boy 2 Chainz. All he do is make plays when they give him a chance to. All I'm saying is, pound for pound, person for person, we have the best defensive line in the NFL. Take that to the bank and cash that check.
I honestly thought that was a segment of Fired Up. So,
Yeah.
For the enthusiasm alone.
I give you a team.
I really wanted to give you just the first down.
Yeah.
But I think you picked something that was really cool there. It was something that's not a for sure thing. You got to see some development, but they're definitely capable of doing it. So I love that. Touchdown. Awesome job.
And
I'll
what do you got?
be-
Oh, you want to go?
I'll be the second one.
Okay. All
right.
My take is, and us as players, we've been in these shoes before. We've been here, and we understand how important it is to kind of keep your mouth, you know what I mean, showing what you're doing. We don't want to give anybody else, you know, our business. So right now we saying that young Sam I Am is our number 1 QB.
Yeah.
But coaches say, oh, not so fast. We're not naming the guy yet. It's
right.
still an open competition. So we saying open competition, and you know we're going into training camp. How open is this competition?
Yeah.
When we really get to see these guys go back for back to see who's going to be the starter. But to me, I think that's the biggest storyline for me, just knowing that we brought in Brissett here to be his tutor, to be that guy that sit behind him and make sure he's right. You know, the old Miyagi to Danielson type thing. So I'm just interested to see how this thing unfolds.
Wow. You know what? That's really big, because I felt like we actually are dating the backup quarterback, Jacoby.
Yeah.
I think we proposed to marry Sam.
Yeah.
I think that's the situation, but I go touchdown, huh?
I'm going to say field goal for me just because I
Give
think
me
that
points. That's all I want, points. All I want is points.
just
baby.
because I think that it's still Sam's job to lose,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I think. And as good as Jacoby's looked during OTAs and minicamp, it's still Sam's job. So how open is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's my question.
Yeah, but so I'm going to say field goal because I don't think it's a
I'll take
true competition just yet.
I'm going to say field goal only because I feel like it's just an ego check for Sam. It's like, this is your
Yes,
job.
yeah.
But you're a young guy. You haven't done anything yet. So let's just make sure we don't hand it over to you without you proving it. But I feel like he's still
I can
gonna be
dig
the
it.
guy.
Absolutely. So I guess that leaves me.
Yeah.
I think I got the easiest one, but it's also the best one. Eric Bieniemy's impact on this offense. I think you've seen what good offensive coordinators can do around the NFL.
Yeah.
Kafka with Daniel Jones.
Yep.
Peterson with Lawrence down in Jacksonville, right? It elevates the entire group, right? So offensive line's going to be better. Terry getting the football. Logan Thomas getting back to form. Sam Howell's development under a guy who's seen what a Hall of Fame player looks like.
Yeah.
So to me, that is the biggest storyline this offseason. How much more offense can they get in? How does the running game look? Can they continue to develop that screen game? To me, there's no question. EB, biggest offseason acquisition, biggest storyline going into training camp.
And change is always good. I've been on offenses where we change things,
Yes.
and it just made everything that much
Better.
more, you know.
And
worth
Fred
my
is
while.
about to be a hater.
I know
He's
it.
about to be a hater.
What are you
but that's-
saying, man?
You're hiding. You're hiding.
First down. You understand me? Because you know why? Because me and Logan was having these talks before Coach showed up here. He said, no way Eric Bieniemy will give us a
I
chance.
was in the room when he did that.
No way that he'll come to Washington and be our
Just
coordinator.
because you say something crazy doesn't mean it's one.
No. Okay, listen.
So, Fred, this is personal.
Very personal. Because I say it from the bottom of my heart. He will come. He is on his way, and he will save his offense. So thank to me and my dad, because he a preacher too. He prayed too. Hey, you didn't believe. I always been a
I
believer.
didn't believe. But I'm happy he's there now. I'll say that.
Whether it's personal or not, we got to go down to the practice field. It's time for your field pass presented by the Washington Times.
All right, we're out on the field. Me and the boys, Tana, Fred, Smoot. And one of the things that coming out of OTAs, I got really excited about was some adjustments I saw within EB's offense, kind of mid-route, and why that makes this such a dangerous offense. And because it kind of allows you to beat all different coverages, right? So Tana right here is going to run a corner route, okay?
Yep.
And Fred and I are in quarters coverage. We're really condensed. So imagine we got quarter. There's another safety over there. We're going half the field, right?
Yep.
So if Tana runs a corner route, I, as the safety, am going to treat it like man. But the second he breaks, I know I can pass it to Fred.
Yep.
And Tana, if he's running it like it's drawn on paper, is going to run directly into coverage, right? Now, there's concepts we can run to beat quarters. The outside guy, number one, who's invisible, can run a post and take me away, and if Fred gets hit, the corner's going to be open. But sometimes teams know versus quarter coverage that post corner kills them. So they sit it and they separate it, and it kills them because I take the post, Fred takes the corner, right? And then there's nowhere for Tana to go, right? However, in EB's offense, or in this Kansas City offense that EB's now calling for us, they do a really, really nice job of adjusting mid-route. So instead of Tana running the full corner, he can just sit up right there, and then he's in no man's. Now the quarterback, knowing that that's the coverage read, can get the ball. Why is that so challenging for you in this concept?
Because I'm waiting on him to come to me. I cannot go to him.
Right.
Because the receiver inside of him can push to that 7 route now. He can clear us out. So now I'm really looking at the back of him, and I'm paralyzed. It paralyzes the corner to the point where I see him, but I can't go get it.
Because you actually run into it's like you're running a corner, then you're like, oh, I can't make it. Let me sit it down. And like, Tana, I feel like, I don't know, that like you would have 2,000 yards receiving if you could do that.
I would love it. I mean, we had a concept just like it, you know, when it came to having that same, pretty much that post corner. And our adjustment off of that was if the guy was sitting deep, to flatten it out. That still gave that guy a chance to really drive on us and get the ball. Now, he just said something that I saw Kelsey run during the season. When they saw that in a game before, Kelsey ran the post, and that guy came up, and it was a different formation, different part of the field. Kelsey acted like he was doing that and went behind the guy. And now you're playing games. Now the quarterback is on point. He knows that, okay, that safety's that corner's gonna come up and try to hug on that curl up. I'm gonna hit the guy behind him. So you can play so many tricks with guys when you have your team on the same page.
On the same page, and I think that's a great point, Tana. It's about the flexibility. It's about the flexibility to get the quarterback and the receiver to beat every coverage. Because let's say the coverage isn't right. As a play caller, you're trying to get the perfect play called versus the perfect coverage. But that doesn't always happen, right, Fred?
Well, here gotta think about it. We, as a cornerback, I'm happy when the wide receivers are a prisoner of their offense.
Of the offense.
When you're a prisoner of your offense, I'm talking all kind of trash to Tana because you ain't gonna beat me.
Right.
I know what your offensive coordinator's calling, and I know y'all don't have any variations out of it. Now, if you coming and you running this route and that route and this route, it becomes, okay, I gotta play him honest. And if I play him honest, I got no tips on how to get the ball.
And you're late.
Yeah,
right?
I'm always gonna be late.
And I think that's the key. It takes a little pressure off the play caller because the guys can adjust versus the different coverage, and it gives these guys some flexibility to make some plays. So based on OTAs, based on minicamp, I hope that's something we see in training camp and something that I think is going to make this offense devastating in season.
Tressway has really enjoyed having his kids around during minicamp, and other players like Jeremy Reeves enjoyed that as well. Tress himself is heading into his 10th season. It's hard to believe, and it's something he discussed when he sat down with Julie after practice.
Well, that's what I want to know. I talked with Terry McLaurin, longest tenured on offense, John Allen, longest tenured on defense, but you are the longest tenured on the team. Does that give you special rights?
Kind of.
I guess the OG?
Yeah, I only get special rights because John Allen makes sure that everybody knows I have special rights. I don't actually have them myself, but whenever you have JA telling you what's up, everybody listens to him. So yeah, I'm glad I got in good with him, getting him into golf. We golf together, have a good time together. So as long as he's got my back, I have special rights,
I've really seen him grow as a leader throughout his career.
He's
as
the
well.
best, dude.
He certainly has. You're coming off a Pro Bowl season, which you were out there with John and Duran as well. It was your second Pro Bowl. What was so special about your year for you?
I think the season really started out in kind of a tough way. Obviously not the wins we wanted, but even just the games. Like we just going out there to punt whenever you don't have the lead, or maybe we're losing by more than we want. That's tough to be motivated, and we just have such great leaders, and especially you got somebody like Jeremy Reeves leading the huddle and incredible players all across the punt team. We just found this mojo, like we just kind of, we got this kind of swagger. We got like, hey, all right, let's go. We'll make a play. We'll find a way. And then the team started expecting us to make plays. That was so fun. And then I took all the guys out for dinner at the end of the season because I'm like, hey man, I know I'm the one that gets to go to the Pro Bowl, but I didn't make one tackle. I didn't block a soul. So it was a really fun year.
Content every day of the week, weeknights at 6 o'clock here at the Command Center on Monday, an exclusive player interview on Tuesday. Put in your earbuds, check out the Command Center podcast on Wednesday. This show, Command Center. On Thursday, it's Tana's Takes. Tana, what's going on this week?
Talking about the toughest DBs I faced.
Ooh.
I can't wait to hear it.
And Friday, Logan living in the comments. Logan, what do fans want to know?
And they asked about Logan Thomas and Antonio Gibson in this new offense.
Okay, looking forward to that. And there were some comments made about nicknames this week as well. Check this out.
I think All-Pro Revo is the best nickname you could ever come up with.
That's a fact.
Are you arguing?
I really feel like I got the best nickname. Rich Homie Corner. Can't go wrong with that.
It's a good nickname. Terry, Scary Terry. Chase the Predator. I don't know. Hopefully we come up with some better ones.
I would have to say Sip because of the confusion. The first time I met him, he said, "Hey, I'm Christian, they call me Sip." I was like, yeah, totally. Okay, that sounds good, but I'll take Sip. Yeah.
I gotta be me.
Worst nickname on the team. Worst Sip. Terrible.
So when you guys played, who had the best or worst nickname?
He was giving everybody nicknames.
So I found out something fascinating today.
Yeah.
I found out that you gave maybe the best nickname of all time to our guy Lorenzo Alexander.
I did.
And I didn't know that.
I named him one-man game because what people don't understand, he played D tackle, D end, linebacker, fullback, tight end. He did everything.
Yeah, he did everything.
So I one day I was like, man, you basically a one-man game.
Yeah.
And that it stuck with him. So that was one of my best names I gave.
Because he kind of branded himself as that. He
It's
did the
a
whole
one-man
thing,
game.
right? That was great, man.
Everybody I give a nickname, they keep it.
And that's not always the best thing.
Now, we got to get to Sean Springs. Could be the worst name I gave.
Yeah.
And I named him Bluefoot.
Yeah.
Now, everybody in the DMV calls him Bluefoot.
Yeah.
So I can tell you this, I must warn y'all, if I give you a nickname, it sticks forever.
Does he like it? Does he like the Bluefoot?
He loves it. He goes by Blue.
He smiles by it. You know deep down inside.
Really hates spread. For me, it was Terrence Knighton. They called him Pot Roast. You know, he was,
Yeah.
he was like
that's a good one.
4'15".
Yeah.
And I think it was funny for a while, but I don't think he really liked it, so it kind of made everything worse, and he was always worried about his weight. So that was one of the worst ones just because of the fallout from it.
We had a guy that we named Square back in college. Square. And I'm sitting there scratching my head like, why are we naming this man Square? And they were just L7. I was like, oh, I got you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so that was to me was like, oh, you can't call me Square, man.
Yeah,
Chill out.
right.
I went to high school with a dude, and I don't know how he got this nickname, but everybody called him Bird Nuts.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
No.
So he was tall. He was tall.
Down south, that's people would call. That's your nickname.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I'm sorry, you didn't catch me off guard. You didn't catch me off guard.
So
He
you're,
was
I mean,
tall.
you said yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe
He
down
was
south
tall.
we're uncouth. I totally understand, but that's totally not the 1,000 time I've heard that. I've heard that a
I'm
lot.
glad someone can vouch for me because I thought they're gonna think I'm making this
No,
up.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Tall guy.
We all understand each other. That's Logan, that's Smoot, that's Tana. I'm James. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
No, they did it Alban, right? Get out, Freddy. You're on the camera too. I don't know why they are moving around. That is not, you know. It's bad.
What are y'all guys still doing here? This is not a Marvel movie. We got no extra clips. But if you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe to the Commander's YouTube channel. We'll be right there, waiting on you.